Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, October 22nd. Big changes coming for the Mid-Atlantic region. Today will be another pleasant day, the last in a series of pleasant days with seasonably cool afternoon temperatures in the 60s. A cool front does slide through the region during the day today, but a coastal low will form along that frontal system late tonight and tomorrow, causing some rain around the I-95 corridor from late tonight into tomorrow. And not until that coastal low passes off to the north and east will the cooler air really be noticeable later tomorrow, especially tomorrow night. Winds will pick up during the day Wednesday here in the Mid-Atlantic region out of the north and northwest, and temperatures tomorrow night should drop into the 30s in most I-95 corridor locations. The next few nights later this week, Thursday night, Friday night, for example, could very well get down to near the freezing mark in many of the suburban areas along the I-95 corridor as we experience the coldest air yet this season here in the Mid-Atlantic region on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and right into the upcoming weekend. Well, I thought we'd take a look at the weather warnings chart from NOAA this morning just to see where that cold air has already penetrated. All of these blues are freeze and frost warnings here in the Ohio Valley, part of the Midwest. Colder air has moved in. It's already 28 degrees, for example, right now in Madison, Wisconsin. This colder air will continue to move to the east. Again, it'll kind of wait for that coastal low to form along the front and then pass on by to the north and east before the colder air comes plunging into the Mid-Atlantic region on the day Wednesday, again with stiffening north to northwest winds during the afternoon. And it'll be really noticeable by tomorrow night, and it'll stay well below normal the rest of the week and right into the weekend as we change in the overall pattern to much cooler than normal from the plains to the east coast for the next couple of weeks. Well, here's the current surface map, and here is that cool frontal system. Again, that'll slide through today, but we won't really notice the cooler air until a coastal low forms. By tomorrow morning, there could be a low right along the frontal system, right in this region right here, and that'll spread some rain into the I-95 corridor between D.C. and New York City late tonight and part of the day tomorrow, most likely during the morning and midday hours. It could get out of here by later in the afternoon along the I-95 corridor. Behind it, there'll be stronger north to northwest winds in the Mid-Atlantic region on Wednesday, and it'll be noticeably colder by Wednesday evening. Well, here's the current radar loop of the northeastern part of the country from the Penn State EWOL site. There's a band of showers right now, kind of associated with that frontal system. They tend to fall apart as they cross the Appalachians. We will certainly see an increase in clouds. In fact, it's pretty much totally clear right now in the Philadelphia region, but skies will become mostly cloudy rather quickly during the latter part of the morning and the midday hours, and it'll stay a mix of clouds and sun during the afternoon. Clouds will tend to thicken up this evening, and certainly there can be some rainfall late tonight, again, primarily after midnight towards morning and into the morning hours on Wednesday. Low pressure will form along the Mid-Atlantic coastline along this frontal system. After it passes by, it'll stall along the east coast, allowing this low to kind of ride up the front, and it'll wait until that passes on by to the north and east to usher in the much cooler air later tomorrow and especially tomorrow night. Here's the latest infrared satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Here's a band of clouds associated with that frontal system. Again, skies are clear this morning right here along the I-95 corridor, but they'll rapidly see an increase in cloudiness during the latter part of the morning, midday hours, and it'll stay certainly a mix of clouds and sun at best during the afternoon. Clouds will really thicken up this evening, and some rainfall, some moisture down here in the Gulf of Mexico will help to spawn a little bit of a coastal low, and that'll spread some rainfall in the I-95 corridor late tonight and tomorrow morning. Well, let's take a look at last night's GFS model run. This is from the Penn State EWOL site, and this is the forecast map for this evening. First of all, let me point out right here, this is the 540 thickness line, often used as a rain-snow line during the winter months. We'll look at that as the winter approaches. Notice where it is this evening, cutting across the northwestern part of Pennsylvania. Colder air pouring into the Great Lakes region. Again, they have some frost and freeze warnings out this morning. That'll again occur overnight tonight in that part of the country. Low pressure starting to get itself organized here across the western part of the Carolinas. That'll end up forming a coastal low by early tomorrow morning. In fact, let's jump ahead to the morning forecast map. And here's the forecast map from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. Coastal low right here tomorrow morning. Notice this red line here, this 540 thickness line, has moved a little farther to the east. It was in northwestern PA in the forecast map for this evening. By tomorrow morning, it's driving down into southeastern part of Pennsylvania as that colder air starts advancing to the east. Let's jump ahead now to tomorrow evening. And by tomorrow evening, that low races northeastward from this position tomorrow morning to this position by tomorrow evening. Once that occurs, that'll really open up the floodgates for a strong north to northwest flow of air into the I-95 corridor, pushing the coldest air of the season so far into the region, especially be noticeable by tomorrow evening. Finally, here's the forecast map for Thursday morning. By this time, the colder air is definitely well established in the Mid-Atlantic region. Notice this 540 thickness line off the East Coast now, way down into the southern part of Virginia. Just a strong northwesterly flow of air into New England, into the Mid-Atlantic region, with the chilliest air of the season so far. And there certainly can be some snow shower activity later this week in the higher elevations of western and northern Pennsylvania, all across the Great Lakes region. Other parts of the Appalachians can certainly see the first snow showers of the season over the next few days. So the coldest air yet this season moving into the Mid-Atlantic region tomorrow, and especially noticeable by tomorrow night, lasting right into the upcoming weekend. That's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.